It's going to sound gross when I describe the name because I'd nicknamed them the bacon shoes.
Eve, thank you so much for being on Off the Hanger. You look stunning. I love it. Just, this is how I woke up this morning. I love this vibe.
Yeah, totally. My style is definitely very feminine, glam. I kind of like doing things a bit different to what everyone else is doing with the streetwear scene.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What is it that you do for work?
I've done a million different things. I started off, I was a professional ballerina. I went to Central School of Ballet in London, travelled the world, and then I met my husband and moved to America. And that's where I kind of started playing around with different career paths, seeing what I wanted to do. He has a fashion company. He's had it for like over 20 years. I was like, hey, this is kind of interesting. And then I started the pageant world. I was Mrs. Nevada, I was Miss Fabiana, I was Mrs. England. And I kind of really got into obviously being a ballerina, I loved all the tiaras and kind of princess styles, but kind of got into the fashion world that way, and everything was always glamorous I'd done. So originally I set up a cosmetic company, which it still has, it's still in Walmart, and I have a custom lipstick lab here in Vegas. But I got into blogging during COVID because no one was wearing makeup. I was like, okay, I need to pivot because if people aren't wearing makeup, I need to pay my mortgage still, right? And I knew I loved fashion. I knew I loved writing. I've been writing a blog on and off for about 10 years. And that's when I went to University of Harvard, I went to University of Penn, did all these kind of online courses to kind of learn about writing. And that's how I kind of really got into the blogging. So now the cosmetics is still going, but I'm more kind of offhand. The blog is where all my time is.
That's incredible. What a diverse career.
I feel like you try everything, right? And you see what sticks.
That's it. Just try things out until you find the thing that you really love. And have you always been into fashion? Have you got an earliest childhood fashion memory?
Always, especially with shoes. So I think my mum was my biggest influence on my fashion growing up. And my earliest memory of fashion, I was 3 years old. And it's going to sound gross when I describe the name because I'd nicknamed them the bacon shoes. Because they had these cute little straps on them that were kind of like metallic, like almost like holographic pinks and purples and oranges and reds. And I remember hiding them under the rim of the dining room table because obviously I'd grown out of them and I did not want to part with these shoes. So I've always been a shoe collector and a shoe hoarder, but that's my very earliest memory. So obviously very young into fashion.
I love that, the bacon shoes. They sound amazing. I think you're doing them dirty with the name because they sound beautiful. So what's the oldest thing you've got in your wardrobe?
I pulled this out. So I wore this dress for my 18th birthday. And I loved kind of like at the time, like, do you remember like the Dolce & Gabbana, kind of the bustier style dresses were in style, they're back in now. So obviously this was like, I got it when I was at college. I think I got it from the market for like 20 quid. And I was obsessed with the cut and colour of it. And literally, don't laugh, I put this on kind of like every big birthday, like on my 20th, 30th, 40th. I wanted to make sure I could still fit in it. So this is still like, because I live in Vegas, I can kind of get away with still wearing something this kind of sexy and extra. But yeah, it was just a fun piece. And I don't know how it lasted so long material-wise because it's over 20 years old. But that's definitely my oldest piece.
I love that as an investment piece, though. You bought something that was a really high-end designer brand, even very young on, and it just has lasted and lasted. And I love that you still get it out and wear it. That's amazing. I don't think I could get in anything for my 18th.
Try and be really good about throwing things away, and definitely big on investment pieces that you can kind of like, especially classic styles that you can wear year after year. And so many things are cyclical anyway. You put it away and then 10 years later, I'm like, hang on, I think I've got that somewhere. And it's like back in fashion again.
So what's the piece in your wardrobe that gets the most compliments?
So I put it right on front, actually. It is this red jacket. I could pop it on for you. I will do it up over the pink. Obviously, I wouldn't wear it with the pink. I'm not into clashing colours. I know some people are. If you find a good statement jacket, an investment piece you can wear all the time, especially in England where you get so much wear out of your jackets, I think it's worth investing in, especially when it's something classic like a gold button double-breasted coat, because you can wear it year after year. And yes, black goes with everything and it's a really good piece, but it's not really a statement piece. Whereas this, wherever I wear it, because it's so beautifully tailored, it's got pockets, I love pockets, and it's one of those pieces that definitely gets a lot of attention. And it always gets compliments whenever I wear it out. What was I going to say? I didn't even need tailoring it. I'm really petite, and it actually didn't even need taking up. So this was a brilliant buy. I love things with statement shoulders on as well, and just detailing. So like the little things on the shoulders, the gold buttons, anything detailed like that I think is worth buying into.
I love that. I was literally about to ask, has that been tailored? Because that fits you so beautifully. I was convinced that you'd had that tailored.
My tips for everything is like, even if you're buying something that's really affordable, have it tailored. Always makes it look more expensive. But this, I'm going to buy more of this brand because it literally fits me like a glove.
It's exceptional. It's really beautiful. And like you say, with the kind of epaulettes and the military styling with the gold buttons, it's just a timeless piece that is a real head turner. I love that. It's beautiful colour. Now, what's the most expensive piece you own? You don't have to tell us how much. You can if you want.
Well, obviously my engagement ring, but I guess I don't really count that. So there's kind of like two pieces I have. One I bought. It was very I might have had too much to drink at Heathrow Airport, and I was like running to the plane, and I picked up this. As soon as I saw it, I wanted to have it because it was the vanity style. I love the flat bags, but I feel like everyone had them. I feel like this was so different. It's their vanity style. And the first thing I did was check it fitted my phone, obviously, because that's kind of like a non-negotiable. It has to fit my phone. So that was probably one. And the other one is obviously just the Lady Dior and the medium size. Again, like when I was talking about investing, when I spend money, I try and buy pieces that are classic so I can wear them year after year. If it goes out of fashion, it's going to come back in fashion again. It's not one of those pieces that's going to date and disappear. And I thought this was a good colour for the summer. Again, going for a colour that's really versatile and goes with everything.
And they just make an outfit. They just add to any outfit. You can be wearing, something really high street, really affordable, but the moment you put either of those bags with it, it instantly looks elevated.
I'm big on the high-low lux. I think that's a really good trend because, like you said, then you can just wear whatever. Wear something that's cheap or that's fashion, that's in fashion for one season. If you throw that out, it doesn't matter, but you make it look more expensive with how it's tailored and what you wear with it.
So what is the newest piece you have in your wardrobe?
So I saw this, as soon as I saw this on kind of, the new Sex and the City and Just Like This. Jessica Parker was wearing, I didn't like much of the fashion, sorry, on the new series, but she was wearing this one-shouldered dress on one of the times she went to a restaurant, and I just thought it was really beautiful.
Oh, I know this dress.
And I got it because I'm going to the Kentucky Derby's here, and we're doing kind of like a charity gala version for it here in Vegas. So I thought this would be really cute with a big white kind of like floral hat. What's cool about this one is it has all the ruching, because sometimes materials like this or satins, if it doesn't have that ruching, it's really, really unflattering on camera. It just shows everything. So the ruching on this was cool. And also, it's actually supposed to be a midi, but it's more like full length on me because I am short. It was just a really, really good piece. And I thought the colour was really pretty. It's a bit different. It's not such a statement colour that you can only wear it once. I love this in hot pink, but if I wear it in hot pink, people are going to remember it. This, I feel like you could wear a few different ways and a few different times.
That's it. You can put different coloured accessories with that and it's going to look so different each time that you wear it. It's a really incredible dress. I didn't realise, actually, that dress had come from the Sex and the City show. I'd just seen it as kind of a cult piece that was going round on a lot of the fashion blogs and on Instagram of so many people going, I need to get this cult dress. And I kept seeing people in it going, that is the most fabulous yet flattering dress. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it has. It's like one of those dresses that went viral, and it's in so many different colours. So if you don't like that colour, it does come in a ton of colours, ton of different lengths as well. They've got a mini version, a gown version. It's just like, I don't know, it's just one of those really cool pieces, and I think it deserves its status it got, because it's quite affordable as well.
Now, are you quite sentimental when it comes to your wardrobe? You've said that you're quite a hoarder and you like to hang on to things. So is that for sentimental reasons?
Yeah, I think definitely kind of a lot of sentimental reasons. So obviously things like my wedding shoes I still kept. I've had them like 15 years now. Jewellery I'm big at hanging on to. I have a vintage kind of like Dolce dress that I wore, oh my gosh, I want to say back in like 2005, that I still pull out because I wore it for New Year's before I even married my husband. So that's kind of got sentimental value. But if I had to say one thing that's really sentimental to me, it's my cross. So this was my nan's, and it's set in diamonds, and it was custom made for her because my uncle was a jeweler. He's passed away now, but he made this for her. So that to me, because you can't replace it, that's kind of like the most sentimental and valuable piece to me in my wardrobe.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And hopefully you'll get to pass it on to somebody else in the family.
Exactly. I think it's really nice when you have family heirlooms like that. Again, so I think I'm probably quite a hoarder, is I like to think that maybe I can pass it on to someone and it's going to keep my memory alive.
And also, I think the fact that you do hold on to things, actually passing on your wardrobe eventually when it's things that you no longer want, other people will really want. I think back to my mum's wardrobe and I think, wow, she had some absolute gems in there and that she just got rid of them all. And now I'm so into fashion. You know, fashion's my career and everything I do is all about fashion. I think back and think, why didn't she keep all of these things? I would have had all of them.
Right, it's like you only have so much space and it's like, okay, what do I do with it? So I think we have to sometimes get rid of some things or donate them. But I'm the same with my mum. Like, my mum's got the most brilliant taste in fashion. But, oh, can I borrow that? She's like, I can't believe you still want to wear my things. And she's like, she takes it as a really big compliment. But she's got a very classic style and she's really into accessorising. Like, she's made beautiful belts and things like that really change up an outfit.
Yeah, that's a really good tip, actually, using accessories to change something up into your personal style. Because I imagine she wears it in one way, but you wear it in a completely different way. Completely. Now, what is the item in your wardrobe you would say most sums you up?
Probably this dress, actually. That's why I kind of put it on, because I feel like my style is very glam, it's very feminine, it's very girly. I like a lot of pink, so I'm really glad that's in fashion. And just statement pieces. So yes, I have like the classic styles, but I do like playing with colour. I like playing with accents like pearl details on buttons and a lot of glittery like shoes and details like that. I think especially where I live, it is quite a glamorous city, so you can get away with it. But that's definitely my style. Even kind of when I'm not kind of going out, I still like to have my hair and makeup done. I still like, kind of one of the things you're taught is, right, dress up, show up. So I feel like fashion's really fun, right? Because you're literally the sculptor and the clay, so you can be whatever you want to be any day and dress to suit your mood. And if you're not talking to someone, that's really how you're communicating with someone. You can put across who you are, how you're feeling by the outfit you're in. And I'm quite a fun but serious person, so I feel like my style kind of reflects that as well. I like to look put together.
I love that. And that dress really does that because it has that beautiful structure and tailoring, yet it then has the softness and the fun with the colour. It's the perfect combination. I love it. It's fabulous. Now, I love this one because although I think on most days I look pretty well put together, I am still a bit of a disaster. So I always have fashion faux pas and wardrobe malfunctions and things that happen to me that I don't think happen to anyone else. Now, you look very perfect and polished, but I'm hoping you've got a really good wardrobe malfunction or fashion disaster you can tell us.
Actually, it was on stage, unfortunately. It couldn't just be at home, right, where you have a little nip slip or something. It was on stage, so it was one of the last shows I did. I was the Adagio couple, and it was basically just a velvet bra with a cute little skirt. Anyway, we did a lift, and the bra pinged undone. Did you can't run off stage because it's just the two of you on stage. So I'm like kneeling on the stage, facing the back, like back to the audience, trying to do it up. The guy in front of me is like doing all these massive arms to try and cover me. And I think we're like finally, like we managed to get the last lift at the last moment. But things like that are just mortifying. I mean, thank God it was before the age where everyone was filming things. Otherwise, that would have probably been everywhere. But yes, definitely a few mishaps on stage. I've had rhinestone studs in the bra when you bend down to do a move, get stuck in the fishnets, and you're like stuck on stage crawling off. So yes, lots of embarrassing.
Oh, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse when it happens on stage. I modelled years ago, and so many of mine are from modelling incidents, particularly on catwalks and things. And I just think, I'm so glad that people didn't always have their phones in their hands like they do now, because there would be so much evidence of all of these horrors that have happened to me.
But it's not like video where you can cut and redo, or when it's live, it's like you just have to get on and deal with it.
I always admire dancers for that because it is such a skill to have something go so horribly wrong and yet just still dance on through it and look like it's all fine.
Exactly. Definitely learn a few life skills during that you can kind of like take into real life.
Yep, there's no disaster that you can't just power on through.
Exactly.
Now, you have a very nice selection of shoes behind you there. What are your favourite shoes?
So I have a few. So I think probably between these two, and it's such a shame because I don't wear either of them very much. One is obviously kind of like the Cinderella Louboutin, and then the other one was these Versace ones, and I got them because look how cute that crown is. I was like,
I love the crown.
I saw these and I had to have them, but I feel like because they're such unusual shoes, it's really hard to coordinate an outfit around them. You literally have to pick the shoes first and then find the outfit, whereas I'm normally the other way around. I put the outfit on and then figure out everything else. So they don't get as much love as they should, but they're definitely my two favourites.
They are beautiful, and you definitely look like you're a heels person. Do you spend most days in heels?
I'm 5'2" on a good day, so heels are definitely my best friend. I do tend to live in heels.
That's amazing. You see, I love a heel. I've got a lot of shoes as well, but I'm the other way around. I will quite often start at the shoes that I want to wear that day and then work my way up and try and figure out the outfit to go with the shoes.
I think that's what I need to do with those so they get some more loving.
Well, they're both fabulous. They definitely need some more outings. Is there a piece that you're lusting after? Is there a fashion item that's on your wish list that you don't have yet?
Yes, definitely more kind of Chanel. I really do love, as much as I said I got this one because I wanted something different, I do think you can't go wrong with a classic Chanel flat bag. And I'm one of these that carries around everything with me. I've got my tripod with me at all times because you never know when you're going to have something you want to shoot. Tend to carry around, my laptop if I need it, if I'm going to be out a few hours. So kind of a larger size bag like that I feel like is worth the investment because it's not going to date. And with the prices going up, probably sooner than later is better to do that.
Yes, definitely. And do you think, because it's a wish list piece, will you buy it brand new or do you think you'll go for a pre-loved?
I think I'm going to look around. So obviously when I come back to Europe, it's the best time to kind of shop with the duty free, the prices being so much better there for new things. But I am a fan of like going on places like Fashion File and kind of like favoriting things. And then if there's a price drop and it makes sense doing that, I'm an overthinker, right? I think that's why I share a lot of my sales tips and shopping edits and how to shop for and find things on the blog, is because I put a lot of thought and intention behind how I'm shopping. It has to make sense and it has to be worth it. So something like that, I'll start favoriting things if there's a sale drop, and then I'll kind of compare, is it worth paying new or is it worth just getting it secondhand and getting it now? And just balancing out the equation.
So you seem like you've got lots and lots of amazing advice. I looked on your blog and there's so many incredible articles on there that are packed with advice. If you had to give some advice to your younger fashion self, what advice would you give her?
I think to find a tailor sooner. I waited way too late in life to find a tailor. And it changes. If you want to like flatter your body, obviously getting it cut and shaped so it fits your body, shows off your favorite parts, hides the parts you don't like so much. You're not worried about things falling down. I had this taken in because this was too big here to start with. I want to, wardrobe malfunction in this style dress. So just things like that that are going to make you feel more comfortable in your outfit, because when you feel more comfortable, you look more confident and your outfit just looks better in general.
It does, I agree. And especially for somebody like yourself who's very petite, it's really difficult to shop petite. There isn't as wide a variety as there is for supposed regular sizing.
When I try the petite, it doesn't work for me either. I feel like they're too short in the leg. I've got really long legs for my height, so then they're too short in there. The torso's all off. I just feel like the proportions are off on petite collections for me anyway. So I'm better just to shop main and deal with the tailoring.
I love that. I love that idea of finding a good tailor and working with them. They can definitely be your best friend.
Absolutely.
So what have you got coming up next? What's next for the blog?
So I actually just launched a new blog this week. So because, like you noticed, I love my shoes. The shoe posts were performing really, really well. I figured I would just do a blog dedicated to just shoes. So that way it makes it really easy for people to find exactly what they're looking for, see what's trending, see kind of like, and I do everything. The edits are always designed through Lux for Less. So it's something for all budgets, all kind of tastes in fashion, because I think we're all so different. It's really hard when you're going to a magazine and they're just doing designer, or they're just doing one style of a white heel. Let's give you like 25 styles of white heels. There's got to be something that suits your personal style rather than trying to fit into the mold. So the new shoe blog is called Shoe Trend Updates, and that just launched.
That's incredible. Oh, well, good luck with that. That sounds like it's going to be amazing. I'm such a shoe nerd. I will definitely be subscribing to that. And have you got any trends that you're really excited about for the coming season?
Yeah, obviously, I love that hot pink has continued this year. I think it's such a cool colour, especially for summer. It's one of those that really lifts a look. I love white for summer, but I just love pink. It's just so girly, and especially as there's so many different shades. So if you're not into pink, try. Maybe you've been wearing a warm shade that doesn't suit you, or a cool shade. Play around with it, see what kind of suits you would be and go through the hots to the babies, see what suits you. Also love the double denim trend. I know it's kind of hard to know how to style it, how to pull it off so you don't look too kind of like you're going to the rodeo. But I just think that's a really, really cool kind of like casual style for every day that you can also dress up with a pair of pumps in the evening.
I definitely think with the Barbie movie coming out, I think the whole Barbie core, there's just going to be pink absolutely everywhere in every single shade.
So I did my Barbie core post last summer because the movie's been promoted for ages, right? So I got on that trend really, really early. I try and look ahead and kind of predict what trends are going to be, not just from the runways, but what's happening in pop culture and movies, because it does influence us so much. So I just did a piece on women's Air Jordans, because obviously with the Air and that movie coming out all about the Jordans, I feel like that's going to be a massive sneaker trend this year. And as much as I'm not a sneaker girl, I still try and stay on top of all the trends, not just what I would wear.
I love that. I love that about your blog, that actually it's about all types of fashion. It's not a personal blog that's solely about your fashion. It's actually really informative about all different types of fashion for all different types of people.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, people aren't reading it for me. I'm a nobody. They're reading it because of the content. They're going there with search intent. They're finding it by putting like, oh, best white sneakers 2023 or top sneaker trends 2023. That's how they're kind of finding me. So that's how I want it to be more informative and more of a magazine than, hey, look at me.
Well, you know, we've got Instagram for the hey look at me things, and you look fabulous, so everybody should be having a look at you.
Thank you.
Well, it's been so lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for being part of Off the Hanger.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been really lovely talking to you and sharing my passion for fashion.